Hey y'all, it is August. I don't even know what's the date, to be honest. I'm not gonna check. Early August. I want to holler at you real quick about a few things. All right, not in any formal sense, but I just wanted to holler at you real quick, if that's all right. Before I do that, I'll go ahead and show you, the environment. It's a bit of a gym. I got a little bit of a gym going on here. Got the power tower weights, and some of y'all probably already know about that. This barbecue grill, because I'm the shit. All right, my mint, I gotta rehabilitate it a little bit. Left it out too much in the hot San Antonio. It's devastatingly hot, but you need to prepare for that sort of stuff. And then we got pepper plants. All right, growing at various strengths, and I'm tending to them. All right. That's where I'm hanging out. It's about to be dusk before long, and I just can't help but marvel at how clean, a little bit oily, but how soft my face looks. It's not an accident. I just wanted to give you all an update. I know I'm just not online. I'm not putting posts up for a while now, right? I've been busy. And I'll let y'all know with a couple of things how and why I've been busy. All right. Number one, I guess in no particular order, I want to mention that I was rear ended not very long ago on July the 28th. I was rear ended on a highway. I'm fine. There's no physical repercussions for me. Thank the Lord Jesus. All right, but my car, in fact, was very cheap, and it's a very cheap car, and it got totaled basically because it's so cheap that it's why even bother to fix the damage, basically. In the meantime, just to make a story real short, I wound up getting a truck, and the truck is much more expensive than my cheap car. My cheap car I bought outright and wasn't making no payments and stuff like that. I owned it. I owned that motherfucker. All right, but this new truck that I got, I had to get it. It was like shown to me, and I just kind of knew that I had to get it. It had to be mine. All right. It's well, I won't even tell you what it is, but it's a truck. It's a small truck. And let me tell you, it's sexy as hell, dude. And it's costing some money, so I'm going to have to make payments on it. Stuff like that, but I already got it. It's sexy as hell. Everybody agrees. Everybody who's seen it says, damn, dude, I like that. I like that a lot. Can't blame them. All right. The second thing I wanted to mention too, I'm busy with all sort of things, just as I assume y'all are. I mean, I don't know, y'all probably don't have time to just be like, you know, dilly dallying, right? Lollygagging, if you will. But one of the most main things that I want to mention right now, I don't want to have to show you, right? I mean, maybe I'll show you later, but I've been entering a macho madness, right? Slowly leveling up the macho madness because I think that it's going to be necessary. I'm talking about building a physique, a foundation made of rock solid concrete, bub. And that's been taking up some time as it should, right? Dedicating more and more time trying to make myself consistent. I'm a very inconsistent person in a lot of ways, all right? In very few ways am I very consistent. Getting the macho madness is one of the ways that I've been doing lately. All right, trying to focus on that because first of all, I do it the first thing in the morning. As soon as I can get my wherewithal entering the macho madness, you're talking about really early in the morning before I go to work, and it sets the pace for the rest of the day. I feel a certain kind of way whether or not I caught the macho madness before work. And my physique is getting just outrageous, right? You can only imagine now how my physique is getting very outrageous, but I have been dedicating myself to that, all right? I want to mention I got an idea to share with everybody, and this is why I cut on the camera. But before I share this idea, which I might have even mentioned before, but I want to emphasize it. Before I do that, I'll have you know that I'm fully aware that you live a very busy life and you're all over the place too. And if you're like me, everywhere you turn is unfucking believable, right? Just out of this world, beyond your wildest dreams type stuff happening all over the place. All right, one of those things, just to be very brief, is, for example, a lot of people might want to run away from this fact and go for it, but it's very much reality that nuclear war, is always a possibility, or at least, it was very publicly thought of. The fact is that nuclear war is a possibility, all right? It has very much, and for some time now, stepped its way up into probability, right? To be honest, and a lot of people get freaked out by that. Of course, I can understand why you wouldn't want to concentrate on that necessarily. But without a single doubt, I've heard from a lot of people, dude. You can hear from so many people of different backgrounds and everything saying that, possibility, yeah, for a while, right? Probability now. It's actually the most likely thing that'll happen, all right? To what extent that will take place, who is to say? Speculation, right? Just to be real brief, I would like to say it's going to happen, all right? Nuclear something is going to happen on Iran. And I wish it wouldn't, of course. I'm not like a fan of any of this. And subsequently, and I don't know who's dropping these nuclears. You can only speculate, but then a nuclear is going to hit in America, all right? If not Europe, or maybe both. It's going to happen. Whether or not it's going to wipe out the whole world, because the nuclear exchanges are going to escalate, right? There's probably people here in America, evil ass people, who think, oh, we're going to drop a nuke on Iran and they're just going to eat it. And then that's what we plan. Because here's the thing, we're running out of conventional weapons and everybody knows it. Everybody's been talking about it. There's no way we can keep this up in a conventional sense. And Donald Trump and many, many others behind the scenes, they don't have much else that they can use. And this is why inevitably there's going to be a nuclear whatever done to Iran. And somebody is going to reciprocate, right? Be it Russia, be it China, be it our own deep state and whatever. They're going to drop a nuclear on us as well. Are they going to blow up the entire America? Maybe, maybe not. If I hear about one nuke being used in anywhere, I'm going to go ahead and kiss my ass goodbye, all right? I'm not going to be freaking out like most people should be freaking out, but just because it's like, dude, what am I going to do about it? Nothing. And once one nuclear thing hits Iran, which is a probability, once that happens, and it's probably going to happen sooner than later. All right, we're running out of all sort of stuff, to include an oil reserve and all that, and everybody is. So once that happens, go ahead and kiss your ass goodbye, because it might be over for you in a matter of minutes, and it may not. Maybe these evil doers all around the world, maybe they'll be satisfied with wiping out Iran and also bombing the shit out of part of America, part of Europe. And they'll be like, okay, everybody's going to act how we need them to act now, because they certainly don't want nuclear escalation, right? And then, of course, there's the possibility and this probability that the escalation will have no choice but to escalate and escalate until all our asses are kissed goodbye. Over there in Russia, and I actually don't blame them. They're like, dude, a world without Russia, it doesn't even matter. Let's just blow up everything. If you're gonna like set nuke because you got the Ukraine and all that going on too, you think Russia's gonna just stand by and watch Iran get nuke bombed? Probably not. And they say, well, because they could be next, and it's up to them. They say, you know what? If there's no Russia, there ain't gonna be no world. Everything's gonna get nuke bombed. And I don't know that China doesn't feel the same way, right? And I wouldn't blame either one of them. It's just to say that the world, of course, is much more hectic than my life, right? And it makes my whatever difficulties I feel like I'm floating on a cloud, dude. It's like I'm freaking believable when you consider what the world is and how many millions of people have been devastated only recently by the ever occurring carnage. It's like I kind of feel like I had to bring that up, all right? Because it is very important. But one thing because my life is being transformed in a micro sense, the world's being transformed in a macro sense. There was a man by the name of Michael Jackson. I don't know if he was the first one, but he said, if you want to change the world, you have to change yourself. You are like a mirror image of the world. It's very consequent. That's the most effective thing you could do. As I'm going through this sort of transformation, I see the world going through a similar, more emphasized transformation. I have realized to myself, and I probably already realized this before, this is the idea, is that, first of all, I got to make more money. And I am making more money, but I got to make more money. You might say, oh, all this money is fake and gay. Yeah, that's true. I totally agree. It's a weird conundrum. But I got to make more money, for example, to pay for this sexy-ass truck that I have, which could be nuke bombed like any damn moment, all right? Or it could be nuke bombed here in the near future. Me and my truck could get nuke bombed. And so that's not like I'm not naive of that. But either way, I mean, as long as society somehow holds itself together, I still got to pay my payment for this sexy ass truck, or someone will come and take it. And then how do I get around? All right, I got to do that. I got to step up for that. But that's not the only thing I got to step up for, because I have the opportunity in these very harsh times, in which a lot of people have almost no opportunity. I have the opportunity to pay money because I actually have it. Not a lot, but I have some. Pay money to the people who I see that more than myself are changing the world. Yeah, I have the potential to change the world, but I'm not exactly doing that right now. And I do see other people who are definitely doing that right now. And they're doing it in such ways that I'm in awe of. I'm amazed by them. These people. There's a lot of people, but some people really catch my attention. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a few examples. All right. You got Alex Jones, obviously. All right. A lot of people want to talk shit. I don't give a damn what you say about Alex Jones. Right. He's proven his character, and a lot of people don't like him. See, but I give him money. I've been giving him money for a long time. And according to him, I've been giving him money through his InfoWars store, and now it's the Alex Jones store. More money, just so much more money. A lot of people don't even give him money. Most people, he says, don't even give him money. They don't even shop at the store and this and that. I'd be willing to say that I'm like in the top 5 percentile of people who have given money and funded the antics of Alex Jones for years. Very proud of that. I continue to do that. I'm a VIP member. Everything that I've gotten from there has been world class. Everything has been world class, top of the line, and also some of the most affordable stuff you can even find. Thanks to Alex Jones. A lot of people like to scoff at that. Well, it's too bad, right? But I support him. Another thing, real quick, I just want to say is like Andrew Tate. And a lot of people like to scoff at me, because they're so convinced that Andrew Tate has done all these wild things that I'm pretty sure he has not done and he does not advocate for. But it is political, it's entirely political. And don't you know that they're actually committing human rights violations upon him all single day, every single day, all day? Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate. A lot of people, these two people are guilty in their minds without any proof. Don't need any proof. Just stick them not only in jail but in solitary confinement for weeks and weeks and weeks. And they're not a risk of running and hiding. They've never ran and hid in their whole history. And they have money to bond out. These are reoccurring allegations that keep popping up here and there and everywhere, unfounded with no proof, and they're going to stick them in solitary confinement. Wow. And a lot of people are for that. That shows how sick a lot of people are right now. Even in America, they're that sick. All right, but for some time now, actually probably for a couple of years now, and on I've tried to get onto the university that Andrew Tate has put out. And let me tell you something, it's an amazing university, all right? As far as if you can keep on track with the university, they'll walk you step by step to whatever way that you want to make money. And they're very good at it. Dare I say there's not a university in all of America who's probably more effective at teaching young men and even young women how you can make money in many dozens of different ways, and more money than you could, say, working for a 9-to-5 job. Offering all sort of futures. Now, the thing I haven't been using it just because I wasn't able to make it work for me. I see how useful it can be, and it is for a lot of people. Regardless, all right? I give him $50 a month to be a part of his university. I'm just going to keep giving it to him. He's in prison right now. His brother's in prison. I'm going to continue to give them $50 a month. Why? Because that's what Andrew Tate deserves, not only for providing the best university in all of America, or it's actually online, so it could be anywhere in the world and take advantage of it. Not only that, it's because of the hope and inspiration he gives. Oh, they call him a masculine hater of women. They're lying and they know they're lying. They're demon possessed, these people. All right? That's just another example. Real quick, I gave $10 to Alex Rosen. I should step it up. Alex Rosen, he's hunting down these predators, children predators. I give him $10 every month, right? And the list can and should go on and on. Of course, I can't fund everybody in the world, but there's more people catching child predators and all sort of stuff. All sort of stuff that you should be able to pay your government to do. And Lord knows we pay half of like everything that we get to the fucking government, and yet they do nothing, and they can't fucking get anything done. People like the police and various people, they do a very good job, and yet still they're being screwed over just like we're being screwed over. And we're paying half our money for what? For us all to be screwed over. I mean, that's what I wanted to think about. Of course we're paying damn near half our money to get screwed over, not only for us to get screwed over, but you see people in other parts of the world getting screwed hard over the money that we are paying to taxes. And we know that this is happening. That's wild. But yet and still, okay, and a lot of people don't think about this, the people who are doing the things that we love, are you funding them? Or are you just giving all the money to the government, which they're going to take regardless? A lot of people don't have that opportunity. I found myself with the opportunity at this moment in time to do what I can to fund people that need to be funded. And not only got the Alex Jones, the Andrew Tates, the Alex Rosens, and people providing services that are just absolutely necessary that our government fails miserably at. They don't fail at it because they're successful at covering it up. not only am I going to fund them, but I got to think about funding, and a lot of people might think about funding the artists out there. All right, the people who do art that makes the world not more beautiful, but it accentuates the beauty of the world for you, be it in artwork, paintings, be it in music, be it in whatever medium of art that you could think of. A lot of times, these people are regarded as starving artists just because they don't make no money, and they're passionate about their art. They pour themselves into the art. They portray the beauty just like we want them to. We want this. We want the good art. But are we funding it, or are we just sitting around and letting artists have no money? Lots of times, artists that do things that we fall in love with, that we can't forget about, they do these things and we ain't never gave them no money. And they're just there twisting in the wind. And that's crazy to me. But I've lived that way as well, just like everybody else. That's crazy to me. The idea that I have any extra money and that I'm not giving it to the people who are doing the things that I love, it's unacceptable, especially when I have the opportunity to do so. So lastly, I will finish. It's a long video, but it's necessary for me to say all these things. There's been people who I see online and stuff. I might start giving them some money. For example, just last night I was watching, and it's the first time I ever came across this one guy. He's called the Cart Narc. You can find him anywhere, but especially on YouTube. The Cart Narc. And what he does is he shames people who don't put their shopping carts into the cart corral, at the store, the little cart return. He shames them for not doing that. And honestly, and I know it's very controversial, but it's like I'm not only entertained by it, but I do agree with him that people should put their carts in the cart corral. I know it's very controversial, but I'm saying, why would they even build cart corrals? Why would they go to the trouble? People like to say, oh, that's their job. The people at the store who collect all the carts, when you leave them on the damn sidewalk or in the median or on the grass and stuff, or in the handicap mobility area, they're like, oh, but it's other people's jobs to collect the carts. I'm making sure that they have job security, these people. That's what they say. I've heard them say that. Oh, I'm just making, because that's their job. Actually, no, because if that's what was their job to do, then there wouldn't even be cart corrals. Why would there even be a need for cart corrals that are conveniently, logistically placed exactly so that you wouldn't even have to walk back to the store? You don't even have to walk that far to put them in the cart corral. Why would they even build them unless you're supposed to use them? So there's that guy, but also a real close friend. And I'm going to do more to spread the word about it because I love it. I have a real close friend. Shout out to my man. I guess you'd find out his name if you want to. Kiani. Of course, if you look into, and I'll leave a link to the Substack, and you should check it out. Substack's pretty decent for him. My man Kiani, just to be brief, he's created a world. It's like an anime world in which I'm in a whole world, and he's writing out the stories and just very elaborate. And you know how anime is so. It's taken over the world. Everybody loves anime, all right? And there's plenty of different animes to choose from. And he's got an anime world that he's building, and it's like so multifaceted already, and he's only just beginning. And it blows my freaking mind. It's like, of course, anime and it's fictional, but in a cosmic and a kind of like whimsical and a supernatural almost way. What it's doing is it's revealing to people how the world actually works, how this world works, in a more I don't know if you say more entertaining, a more more kind of like it's getting to the heart of the matter. I don't know what's the word for it. It's really getting to the heart of the matter of the dangers in which we find ourselves in today. Like, for example, all the data that's collected on us, all the data that we volunteer to a monster that is fixing to eat all of us. The AI data centers, and well before that, how it's a monster, we're feeding into it, how we've been programmed and designed to do so, and how we might be able to, by recognizing this fantasy anime world, how much it closely mirrors our exact world, and notice that the monster is not good for you. The monster means you know no good, and it's always constantly eating from you, and we've been trained to keep feeding it. It's really an amazing story in a world that's only just began. It's already like freaking amazing already at this point. But it's only just began now. I happen to know that my man Kiani, he's not the richest man in the world. He has to work like pretty much most of us very hard to get some money. Meanwhile, he's creating this world that I'm just mystified by. It's just, I just can't get enough of it. And he's not getting paid for this. How? See, a guy like him is going to have to wait for some person or some corporation or some group of people to give him money so that he'll be able to like actually focus on, it's called the reverse mirror, this world that he's created. He'd have to get all sort of funding in order to be able to concentrate it as much, concentrate on it as much as he would like to, I'm sure. Because you have a 9-to-5 job to make the money, you have to pay attention to that instead of paying attention to your artwork and your creation and what people love. It's unfucking believable. And to me, I'm going through this micro transition. The world might be going through a macro transition in which we find ourselves more empowered by simply empowering each other, the people that we know, instead of letting all our money, which is labor, being sucked up, money, which is labor, which is energy, it's all being sucked up by a vacuum monster who means us no good. All right, so I'll holler at y'all a little bit later. There's a link down there below. And I'm going to be hollering at you more so about this amazing reverse mirror. It's unfreaking believable. It needs to continue. So help us God. If society is to continue, we need more of this. And so who's going to support it? Who is going to support us? I'll holler at y'all some other time.